Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Kelly's online classes. Let us continuation our discussion on least cost area of Alfred Weber. In previous class, we completed introduction, assumption, and three factors influencing industrial location. First one is transport cost, second one is labor cost. We completed in previous classes. And today we are moving to third factors or factor influencing industrial location is third one agglomerative and deglomerative forces, or we call local factors. Agglomerative and deglomerative forces are very important for determination of industrial location and localization, because agglomerative forces and deglomerative forces are locally available factors. Location of the industrial area, all such a type of advantages are available to each and every firm of the location. Therefore, the third factor, agglomerative and deglomerative, also influencing the industrial location and localization. See, what is agglomerative forces? See, agglomerative forces is nothing but the advantages or cheapening of cost of production due to concentration of an industry. See, agglomerative forces, it can be referred to the advantages or cheapening of cost of production. Advantages and cheapening of cost of production due to concentration of industrial location we called agglomerative forces. See, advantage and cheapening availability of all aspects whatever needed by the firm we call agglomerative forces. Due to concentration of industrial location, due to concentration of industrial location, two or more number, two or more than firms are locating at a particular region or location, will be taken most advantages and cheapening of all factors availability of surrounding their area we call agglomerative forces. There are mainly two types of agglomerative forces. The first one is economies of scale within a plant, and second one is economies from association of several plants. See, the single plant and association of several plants. So several plants advantages and cheapening. See, the such economies of scale or all firms are locating at a particular place of location. Themselves, those firms are sharing equipments of manufacturing process, service of manufacturing activities, labor division, so supply of laborers one firm to another firm, so like division of laborers by the industrial location. So whatever industries are existing at a particular location, and marketing area, see marketing area and purchasing and information about the product, information about the market, information about the demand, supply, product prices will be available at economies of scale at a particular location of industries. Like sharing of equipments, the equipments are man-made equipments like machineries, skills, machineries, and man-made digital equipments are used by all firms. See, then the services of the firms, like services by the doctor materials, so including all firms, so purchasing the raw materials will be available cheap rate. So then the information about the market area, information about the price of product, information about the so market expensive, information about each and everything will be so got by the existed firms. So where there is a location of industries. And what is a deglomerative process? Deglomerative process so can be referred to totally opposite agglomerative process. Totally opposite agglomerative process and weakening of agglomerative process. Weakening of agglomerative points we call deglomerative process. Like high cost of land is discouraging industrial location. For example, high cost of land is discouraging industrial location, and high cost of labor wage is discouraging industrial location, and high cost of power facility is discouraging industrial location. We call deglomerative process. So the deglomerative process will be discouraging and weakening of agglomerative process. So we call deglomerative process of Alfred Weber theory. And he was used locating centers of firms. So here there are P1 firm, P2 firm and P3 firm. See, P1 firm is a leader firm so in industrial location. See, the leader firm and P2 firm or dominant firms will be running with P3 weakening firm. See, the balance between the P1 firm is balance between P2 and P3 firms. Because of P3 firm is weakening and P2 is so a little dominant, and P1 firm is most dominant in the industrial location. The P1 firm and P2 firm and P3 firm at locating so at a least cost point of PA. See, the leader firm will be movement with P2 and P3 firms. So Alfred Weber is called locating centers of the firms. Like see the locating the center agglomeration. See, each could either locate individually at P1, P2, P3, or they could locate together. And gain agglomeration economies. See, the agglomeration or agglomerative profit will be gained by all three firms P2, P3 and so P2. P1 firm, P2 firm and P3 firms. See, at locating at the point of PA, that is the industrial location, the least cost of production location. So three firms are existing and three firms are taken advantages from agglomerative forces in particular location of industries and split in location. See, sometimes the industries are split from industrial location because of in earlier stage the manufacturing of earlier stage is removal of wastage of the raw materials, and second stage in marketing. So different stages of production so can be carried in independently at different places. See, at a particular place of location all industries are earning the information and more knowledge from dominant firms, and after onwards firms are splitting. It means will be taken individually, will be taken all decision about the manufacturing process independently. So all that time those firms will be so split location. So therefore, for instance, first phase of production elimination of waste material, and second one is working of pure material. See, the first near the sources of raw material, and some is so consumption of goods and goods by the people of location. See where there is a elimination of waste of materials, and second stage is the consumption by the people. See, whatever goods and services produced by an industrial location or firms, so such places the consumption area, and see the second stage of manufacturing, so goods and services area will be chosen by the existed firms. See, therefore those firms are splitting throughout the location. And so last one is criticisms of Alfred-Weber theory. Alfred-Weber theory is also covering most criticisms by experts and economists. And what are the criticisms were begun from Alfred-Weber list cost theory. The first one is weight and distance objectionable, or some it means objectionable. See, the Alfred-Weber theory only considering weight and distance, remaining matters will be rejected, will not be accepted by Alfred theory. See, the experts are criticized list cost theory. Only distance and weight is not determining, so influencing industrial location and localization by the experts of industrialists and experts of economics. And second one is wrong fixed labor location. See, throughout the world, throughout the country, throughout the state, in fixed location, in particular location, only availability of laborers is wrong, because of in everywhere laborers are available throughout the country. Wherever you go and wherever you start your manufacturing process, there will be availability labor force. So it is also one of the wrong assumption by the Alfred-Weber criticized by experts. And third one is wrong fixed point of location. See, the wrong fixed point of location, it means consumption. So in fixed area there is consumption, assumption is wrong by the experts, because of consumption by the country, consumption by the whole and sole people of the country. But Alfred-Weber is assuming in fixed location people are consumable goods and services is also wrong assumption criticized by experts. And consider only few factors. See, the Alfred-Weber only consider three factors, namely transport cost, labor cost, agglomerative and deglomerative forces. But remaining factors he was neglected, like land, labor, capital, organization, and so the different types of cost of industrial location and different types of advantages and cheapening materials of industrial location, he was totally neglected. So it is also one of the criticisms by the experts. And empirical theory, it is not a general theory, it is empirical study by the Alfred-Weber, only application to single isolated country, it will not be application to whole world. So therefore it is partial and empirical study criticized by experts. And last one is neglect price and cost. See, only transport cost and labor cost taken into study by the Alfred-Weber, but neglected product cost and price of product. So the price of products, so when manufacturing cost is increasing, the price of product is also increasing. So therefore Weber is not considered price of products and price of factors of productions like land, labor, capital, organization also. So even though but criticism also here, but in industrial economics, in industrial location theories, the Alfred-Weber theory is very important to study of industrial location and localization, because this theory is application to modern industries also So present day, three factors are observed by modern industries to gain the profit from industrial location and localization. So let me stop. We shall continue our discussion with Sergeant Lawrence theory of industrial location in next class.